Is it a requirement to play on the radio?
Welcome to the Real Talk Show with myself, Malou, and
Wasabi. So the thing is, a lot of people have been asking me this question. Is it a requirement to play on the radio? What do you think?
yeah, well, I think it is actually a requirement to play on the radio to a certain extent because DJs out there feel like once they get to play on the radio, they've kind of made it in life. I don't know if you agree with me or disagree with me.
I think that is the same thing that I get from a lot of DJs is that the main objective is how do I get onto radio? And I always ask them why? Why? What is your motivation? They're like, I play on the radio, you cool, people can hear you and all of these things. That is true. That is definitely true. There's a lot of people that's listening into a radio station, but it's also depending on what type of a radio station.
That's true.
So
That's true.
internet radio, a lot of people can say internet radios, this, that and the other, is not always big everywhere.
It's not big here in South Africa, I'm not going to lie. I don't know how big it's doing or how well it's doing in Johannesburg right now. I know a couple of people out that side that are doing online radio streaming, and I think they're doing quite well, but I'm not quite sure on what the numbers looks like. I know back in the day, online radio worked to a certain extent. I mean, we had two to three of our own shows online. We pulled in numbers, but it wasn't massive. But yeah, I mean, playing on the radio as a DJ, yes and no. That's what I'm
so
saying.
for people out there that would probably really like to know, let's first start off like this. For people that like to know, because a lot of people, how would one, as a DJ, you like a DJ, you start out, you think you are this hot shot and whatever. How did you go about playing on the radio?
Putting yourself out there basically, and it's more about wanting to get your name out to a point where people know exactly who you are, right? So you can get around, get the bookings, get the likes, get the everything that comes with DJing, because at the end of the day it's a passion, but you also generating an income from DJing as well. Which DJs don't see it in the beginning. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the beginning for me when we started out was like, oh yeah, party, hey, liquor. But yeah, to where we are right now, it's much more bigger than that, yeah.
Okay, like if I have to look at it and I have to see, for example, let's say more than a few years ago, before we had the internet craze or Instagram and Facebook, and Facebook has been around a long time, but before we had that big hype where we could actually go on the internet with our phones and all of those things, right? Radio was a very big deal, right? And the DJs that played on the radio, we can't say whether the caliber is still the same, right? But people play on the radio today, and there's a lot of up and coming DJs that want to play on radio as well, but they believe that it's this big thing, right? So if you play on the radio, is it important when you play, or the time you play, or the day you play, or whose show you play on?
It does help, the time you play, who show you play on. But also, I see radio as being a gimmick as well, because at the end of the day, it's like you're saying, like personally for me, getting onto a radio station about 8 years ago was very difficult. It was super difficult to get onto the radio station, and as of late, anybody can just get onto the radio station. I'm not mentioning any names, but on whichever radio station. And yes, kudos to the people that's on the radio, playing on the radio. I mean, I played for a while on the radio, and I had my shine, and it was awesome for me. However, I feel like there are some shows who get the DJs on because their numbers are down, and it is what it is. So obviously if the radio station's numbers are down, they get a DJ, let's make an example, who has 30,000 to 60,000 likes without playing on the radio, whereas their own following that they built through social media, let's get this guy this girl in, let they come and play on our show. Obviously the people will tune in, stream in,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
So does these people that they get in, do they actually get paid to play on the radio?
I don't think people get paid to play on the radio. Only contract DJs get paid to play on the radio.
Okay, so you're not the kind of, but look, at the end of the day, it's not always about the money playing on the radio. It's not always about the money, but it is still a thing, right? So in conclusion, I would say playing on radio is not really important. There's many ways in which you can make it out there other than radio. It shouldn't be your ultimate goal to be, I want to be the guy, I want to play on radio
True,
and all of
true,
those things.
true.
You understand what I'm trying to say? So, what did you say is the other ways in which someone that's struggling to get onto radio, how would they then go about their daily business of like getting their name out there and stuff like that?
Marketing, it's marketing, networking, putting yourself out there, social media, your Instagram page, your Facebook page, Twitter feeds, just being relevant on social media and going to various clubs. Can I play a set here? Can I play a set there? You know, doing the old school thing, going into the venues and actually asking. People don't do it anymore.
I
You just don't do it anymore.
I think they probably lost that aspect because like I said a few minutes ago, when we started out DJing, we didn't have the internet craze. Yes, we had internet, but we had dial-up internet. We had dial-up internet, and I mean,
and PIS just came out.
yeah,
with the BBM,
yes,
BBM,
that,
yeah,
that,
like
that just came out, and it was kind of not the go-to place. Like, okay, I'm gonna go. There's no Instagram, so we couldn't say, let's just
You had to
snap-
take your, you had to
snap-
take
snap,
your,
take a selfie.
your CD. You had to
Yeah.
take it to the club. Like, hey, listen to my mix. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
You had to go there. You had absolutely no idea whether this guy is actually going to listen to your
True,
mix.
true.
But as you go along as a DJ, I would say that look at what all the DJs have done. Social media is not the only way to get your name out there. Yes, if what you are doing is relevant enough or it engages enough, I'm sure you would get all those likes, you'll get all those downloads and all of those things, but everyone is not the same. Some people, they have the dopest mixes in the world, but I promise you only 50 people download it.
Random mix, yeah. People, actually, DJs forget. DJing is an art, so you are an artist, a musician as well. So to say, if I can, musicians don't like hearing at DJs are in the same category as him, but we are because we do things that they can't do here clearly. You know? But yeah, DJs forget that this is also art. And
Yeah.
as DJing is an art, you are an artist, right? And what do most artists have to do? They have to go from the bottom.
Yes.
They have to, can I do a gig at this venue? Can I sing here? Can I come with my band over here? Can I rap here? And they have to go through the motions before they get to the top. And look at all SA's top rappers and singers and bands. They have to start out like that. And even our DJs started like that. So DJs, upcoming DJs forget that we need to start at a certain point before we get to the higher point. But here's a question for you quickly before we end this.
Okay.
True or false? So is this a myth? Playing on the radio gets you bookings, paid gigs. Yes or no? Is it a myth? What do you think?
I think we can pose that question to our viewers. What do you think? Do you think it's a myth? Do you think you get bookings from playing on the radio? And if you get bookings, how many bookings do you think you get? I'm not going to answer that. I'm going to wait for their response, and then we'll get back to them.
Yeah, don't forget guys, that this is the DJ Real Talks, yeah, by Malu Wasabi. Together we are Malu Sabi. Like superheroes. But yeah, follow us on Twitter. Are we on Twitter?
We are on Twitter. We're not active users on Twitter.
Don't follow us on Twitter.
Yes.
Don't do that. Don't do
Cancel
that.
Twitter
Instagram at Malusabi.
at Malusabi_official. You can find us on Facebook. Malusabi, just says Malusabi. You'll find us over there.
Yeah, and that's about it. Yeah.
Yep, that's about it. Don't forget to subscribe, to like if you like this content. If you want more of this content, just
And hit share.
yes, share is important. Thank you guys. See you next time.